I don't know if you guys can see that. Giant goose herd. Or giant flock of geese crossing the skyline over there. That's huge. You guys know why one side of the V of the geese is longer than the other? There's more geese on that side. Sorry. Please, another YouTuber out there, if you watch my channel, please tell me if you've ever recorded an entire segment without the camera on, because I just did that. What is up? Welcome back. Thought I'd give you guys a little update on the, I don't know, what do we call it? Goat bumps? Mama baby bumps? Welcome to Snowpocalypse. I like to run the snow blower down through here, so I'm not walking on, you know, the snowfall and packing it into ice. And this time of year, there's a good chance that it won't melt. I want to fall down and break my old man hip. Morning, ladies. They're a little more quiet this time of year because it's cold. Sir Fluffington update. We'll get to that in a minute. So let's look at the ladies and see what they have going on. Oh, hey, there's this guy. Hi, boys. They don't really come out in the snow unless there's ladies over here. And then they'll dash right out into, I don't know, if they had to swim across here to get to the girls, they probably would. Boys. Yes, we've had a little bit of discussion between. Jack is the dominant buck, no question. So here's what happened with Sir Fluffington. I came over here the other day. Brosie was back in heat. I'm pretty sure she's not going to take this year. Go back and watch her birth video. It was pretty bad. Had to call the vet out for an emergency visit. He was all the way up to his elbow inside her trying to get a baby out that was all twisted up in there. It took him probably 10 minutes. Felt like an hour to get that baby out. She's such a sweetheart, and she's such an amazing mom. That would really be tragic. But anyway, she came into heat the other day. Casual morning, I came over, I let him out, I let Brosie out. I didn't know she was back in heat, and he chased her outside all the way across the yard here, mounted her and bred her. He was standing just outside the fence right there, so I just snatched him up, carried him in here, put him in with the boys, which is where he should have been a few weeks ago. We were right on the verge of putting him... I know, Smiley. Good morning. I know, you're a good boy, I know. Jack, I really prefer... Hi, buddy. Yeah, that's fresh. That's fresh urine. You don't smell as much as you used to, but I prefer you don't get on me. Yes, I love you. I know. I know. All right, hop down, buddy. So he bred her, so I tossed him in here, and then I took Snicks in, and he bred Brosie 2 or 3 times. We weren't worried about putting Sir Fluffington in here because he's with his girls. They're probably already bred. Yes, we still needed to send in the blood. It was kind of like, there's no need for him to live over here with the boys. At the time, we had Jack and Snicks and the 4 little bucklings in here, so it was 6 goats in here. We did open it up. As you guys know, you can go back and watch my expanding the Buck Boys, or the Bucky Boys get a new home, or Bucky Boys lot gets expanded, something. I can't remember the name of it. so we put him in here until we get back around the breeding season next year. He'll live with the boys. So Brosie's been bred again, once by a sheep, 2 to 3 times by a goat. So I'm hoping that him breeding her didn't block anything with, you know what I'm saying. Before anybody says geep, don't say geep. There's never been a genetically proven case of a geep ever. That being said, absence of proof is not proof of absence. You guys will also notice that we are down 2 more little buckies. A very nice couple that was actually just down the road, connected with the lovely H. They were looking for 2 goats, 2 little wethers for pets. We had weathered the boys. We banded them back in December. I didn't do it on video. I know, you guys, I know. I'll get there someday. I'll get there. And then we sold 2 before Christmas, and then we just sold the other 2 yesterday. So they went to a really good home. I'm super happy with the couple that came yesterday and picked up. It was Bucky, was the little one that was left, and Little Prince. Very nice couple. I think they're gonna have a great home. They already have goats, so they're gonna have friends immediately. Jack, I might need to wash your head, buddy. I know. So it's been a little bit rough. This guy's been with his ladies since he came here. Why are you eating that hay? I'm gonna bring you hay. There's hay in there still in the bin. They're scraping the roads. Nice. Except they blew my mailbox half off one day, and then they blew it like 99% off the next day. So now it's kind of dangling there, so I gotta fix that. So Bucky boys are gone to a new home. I'm happy with where they went. It's easier when you have people that already own goats to send the boys off to live with people who know what they're doing with goats already. But every person I sell goats to, they get my cell phone number, and I'm always available on text to help any way I can. Get out of here, chunky boy. All right, I'll be back. I'll bring you guys some hay and water, because I'm gonna have to dump that water because you pooped in it. You look handsome in the snow. Yes, thank you for poofing your head up there. Yes, drama queen. All right, let's get to the ladies. I'm just gonna let them out as we go so I can talk about them. Good morning. So we have Miss Muffin. Hi, good morning. And we have Puddin'. These are the two, I guess I want to say, the most dairy looking goats that we have. As far as body conformation, they also have the best dairy genetics. And they produce tons of milk. They're super easy to milk. Hi honey, I know you need some love today. So Puddin' was bred to Jack and is due on 3/28. Well, she's getting a little wide. Okay, this is because she's kind of hopped up on there a little bit, which is kind of what I want so you can see. If you guys don't know, an easy way to remember for goats. Thanks, I was trying to explain something. Okay, fine, I'll use your sister. There must be really good hay right there in that spot. So an easy way to remember for goats, lunch is on the left, babies are on the right. So if you're ever looking at a goat, that looks real chunky, but this is lunch or breakfast or leftover from yesterday's, and this is babies. Obviously, as this side gets bigger, it's gonna push this side out, and this side's gonna look bigger too, regardless of how much food she has in there. So, little Miss Puddin', babies, lunch. She's doing 3/28. Muffin is due on 3/31. I'm gonna kind of do like an expectant mother's profiles before they're ready to give birth like I did last year. So there's Puddin', bred to Jack, due on 3/28. Muff, bred to Snickers, due on 3/31. Our earliest due date is Sugar Pie. Hi, good morning. It's Sugar Pie. And she's bred to Jack, and she's due on 3/20. Now, here's where it gets tricky. So our goats kind of have, I classify them into like 3 different categories. We have what I call our big girls. Like they're stout, thick, heavy goats. Sugar Pie falls into that category. Just her body conformation, her weight, her overall body size. These two are pretty slender and long and kind of tall and very dairy looking. Okay, unlike this goat, we'll get to her. But you have Sugar Pie, who's that big beefy girl that's probably close to 75 to 80 pounds. Who else falls into that category would be Streusel, which we'll show you with her in a minute, and Cookie. They're all big, thick, heavy goats, larger hooved, and they all pretty much fall into that 70 plus pound category. Struzy usually runs about 78 pounds, 77 pounds. Cookie's pushing 80, and Sugar Pie is right around that 80 mark. Whereas Puddin' Muff normally just walking, not pregnant weight, but walking around normal, are probably in that 55 pound range. If you guys remember last year, so Struzy's about 77 pounds. I'm gonna say that's her average. Walking weight, fight weight, whatever you wanna call it. I think she pushed 103 or 108 pounds last year when I did her baby watch profile. She was pushing 110 pounds. Whereas Puddin' and Muff are normally about 55, 60 pounds. And when they're pregnant, they might get close to 70 pounds, 75 pounds. And then you have Ticky, are you gonna be mean to me? My best goat, Tic Tac. I always call her that, guys, if you wonder why, because I love chamois goats, chamois, however you wanna call it. I'm not that French. I don't even know if it is French, but I love the chamois goats. Except Miss Tic Tac has this cute little lightning bolt on her side. Right there. Her black is just deep, rich, gorgeous black. Got a little bit, she's lightening up as she gets older down her backside, and a little bit just above her black on her front right there. She's got her white pole, and then she has a little bit of white on the sides of her face. Her black eye marks down her snout here aren't as dark as I'd want. If you want to see the most perfect, beautiful chamois goat that I've ever seen, go watch Crystal on Blue Cactus Dairy. Maybelline, maybe she's born with it. Yeah, she was born with it. She is gorgeous. And then come back and look at my Ticky. And I love her. She is my favorite goat. She's not my favorite goat. I just call her my best goat, Tic Tac, because I love the chamois. I'm not gonna pick favorites, but if I had to pick a favorite, which I wouldn't do, it would be Streusel. Maybe Cookie. Definitely Puddin' Muff. Tic Tac, maybe. Ticky is she's about a 45 pound goat, normal walking weight. I'm gonna get out of order because of who is roomed up with who. I tried to sneak in on her. She's kind of a skittish goat. But see, she doesn't get that big bump. They just become all over around like they swallowed a beach ball versus bump. Try to get behind Ticky. She's got the cutest little baby bump right there. Lunch, baby bump. She is a little bit standoffish. She's not one to just run up and get pets. I'm actually quite surprised she's, never mind, not surprised anymore. She's not letting me pet her. That's why we pin these two together, because Sugar Pie is kind of a cat goat. She doesn't want you to come pet her, but she will come to you very slowly and let you pet her. But if you walk up on her, she's just gonna run off. See, she and Ticky fall into that same category, which is why I think they're buddies. Ma'am, you are just crazy cakes. Yes, you are just crazy cakes. Crazy cakes, straight up crazy cakes. So Miss Tic Tac was bred to Jack and is due on 4/2. So 3/20, 3/28, 3/31, 4/2. Hi, I want to say hi, Ticky. Tick, tick. Okay, who are we going to next? All right, we have a mixed bag category, so we'll just let you two out. Hi, crazy kids. We have a mixed bag because Miss Brosy, obviously, like I just talked about, is we don't even know if she's bred. She's been bred 3-4 times now, and I don't know if it's sticking, but that being said, that's just about as standard as you can get. She doesn't look like she's getting a baby bump, just a normal look. Now, sprinkles. Sprinkles, sprinkles, sprinkles. She is my wild child. She is a Coquelaire with obviously super duper abundant white. She's very ornery. Her children were ornery. The very nice lady who bought her children can attest to that. We're 99% sure that she's pregnant, but we never saw anything on the ultrasound because she was being insane and crazy on the stand. But she was bred to Jack, and she would be due on 4/11. Tic Tac was also bred to Jack. I think I forgot that. I think Sprinkles and or Puddin would be the next herd queen if it comes down to that. She kind of falls in the same category as Sprinkles and Muffin. Body conformation wise, she's about their weight, about their build. She does produce quite a bit of milk. Of course, she was a first timer last year, so we'll get a real feel of how much she's going to produce this year. Okay. Look, Facebook people, I love you guys, but you gotta stop with the posting a picture of a goat butt and asking people if she's about ready to give birth or blah, blah, blah. There's so many factors. This is a tried, true, tested, proven, amazing milk goat. She has 2 little tiny teats there. If she develops an udder, it's because she's pregnant. It doesn't mean she's about to give birth. We've had goats develop an udder a month before they gave birth, day of giving birth, just hours before giving birth. It's not a factor. It indicates probable pregnancy. See, there's my little sweetie. See, she came over. I just had to slow down. I just had to slow down for you. Oh, I know. I know you're a sweetie. You're just a little bit shy. Got the 2 sweethearts over here. Sweet Miss Brosy. Sometimes you just gotta slow down, I know. That being said, there's one tried and true way to know if your goats are pregnant and ready to give birth. Know your goats and ligaments. In case you don't know, who's gonna let me do it? Right here. 2 tail ligaments. They're very tight, they're very thick like a pencil, and they're very strong. As she gets closer to her kid date, I'm gonna start feeling her ligaments. That gives me step 1, that's my base. How tight are her ligaments? Because if I go over here, her ligaments are tight, obviously, but they're thinner. She's a bigger goat, her ligaments are a little thinner. Brosy's are gonna be tiny probably. Yes, very tiny, very thin. So if I feel hers, and I'm like, oh, those are thick and strong, and I come over here and I feel hers and they're almost non-existent because she's such a small goat. Oh, she must be ready to give birth. No, I have to know her, and I have to know that she has thinner, smaller ligaments. They're just as tight, but they're thinner. Look, by Facebook standards, this goat's about to give birth. Look at that. She has her udders hanging down right there already. Sugar Pie is a very well-endowed girl. she carries nicely, but she's like that all year round. She's never not had a big hanging udder. In the summer, after birth, obviously after she kids, it'll be much fuller and firmer. That doesn't mean she's about to give birth, right? So stop posting pictures on Facebook asking if your goats are about to give birth. Know all your goats, because they're all gonna be different. So just pay attention to that. All right, up next, we have the chunkies. The all qualifies chunky. We have little tiny Custard, who was bred to Snickers, and she will be due on April 3rd. Getting close to my birthday there. One of the goats is actually due on my birthday. Not gonna say who. We got a little baby bump. Why are you being sketchy? Guys, she is... What are you guys doing? You're like a mob. Stop mobbing Custard. I'm trying to do a video. Oh, she's gonna go under the stand. This is how she scratches for her. What are you doing down there? You know you're the only goat that fits under there. You wanna know why? Because you're like 17 and a half or 18 inches tall. So you can get her bump. She's got a little baby bump. So ADGA breed standards are 17 inches to 22 and a half inches for does. And I think the last time I measured her, it's been a while ago, but I can do it again, but she was like 17 and a half or 18 inches tall. So she is right at the bottom of the barrel in height. She's under 50 pounds. She might be right at 50 pounds because she's chunked. She's short. That's why that's why you're like a baby Streusel, because yeah, Struzel's a heifer. Yeah, she's just within breed standards. She is tiny. And I think we had her pegged for 2 babies. Her little baby bump's not very big though, but she's much further out. So she's, well, not much further, but I mean, she's out there. Miss Cookie, are you scratching your butt? I don't even want to talk about you. Be nice. She is a sweetie, actually. We bought her, she was our first goat with her sister Brownie, whom I loved, and Brownie passed away, unfortunately, and Cookie has never really connected with anybody again. She's kind of a little bit connecting with Custard, which is why they room together. But guys, we've bred her multiple times, and she just keeps coming back into heat, so I don't know. Has a baby in there. I wish you had a baby in there. I love this goat. I want babies from this goat. She's not even registered, but you guys know she is the face of the business. She's on everything. She is Instagram, Etsy, Facebook, YouTube. She's a stubborn mule, aren't you? We almost lost her last year. She went through a pretty bad, but she lost a lot of hair. It wasn't mites, it wasn't lice. Basically, I think it was a mineral deficiency, that zinc deficiency, but we finally got, that was right at breeding season too, so we didn't breed her. We got her turned around, but she is, we have no idea how old she is. I guess I could count teeth. They weren't in good living conditions, and we didn't know anything at the time. Probably still would have bought them. She's a stubborn old mule. She's happy-go-lucky, doesn't care, doesn't want to be a leader, doesn't want to lead anything. She will literally go out in the field by herself and eat hay and lay down. She'll go all the way to the front yard pasture. If goats come with her, fine. If goats don't come with her, fine. She'll go anyway. If she's over there laying in the sun and she doesn't want to leave and the whole herd leaves, she'll stay there. Most goats don't do that. They tend to, if the herd leaves, they all leave. But she does not care. So we're hoping she's pregnant. Fingers crossed. Hope you're pregnant. Hi, boo-boos. Let me trim that beard for you. No. You're such a sweetie. You're also a stubborn, I don't know what to do with you. You're like the Sour Patch Babies. You're like sweet and then sour. Oh, get you right there, though. You guys ever notice the goats have a spot right here? Scratch it. That head comes back, just comes back around. Did you not get enough the first time? What are you doing? He's so crazy. What are you doing? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. And then we have the herd queen. And she's queening right now. Miss Struzel. Druzy Boos. She's a sweetheart. She loves to be petted. She's a very affectionate goat. She is also the herd queen, and she takes no static from anybody. We used to have, the goat we bought her with was Ganache. Ganache was a little bit crazy. She was a good goat, but she was a psychopath. She also wasn't registered, and so we sold her. We cut out basically all of our unregistered stock except for this lady because she's the herd queen, and Cookie because, well, she's Cookie. Hi, Cookie. She stands in weird places too. I'm gonna stand over here in front of this gate. Apparently I need to be licked. Guys, update on her. She does still have a knot right here, and she is still struggling with that front leg in the morning. Once she gets up and gets moving, she's okay. It kind of loosens up and she moves around okay. It's kind of funny to watch. When I say she's the herd queen, she walks with the presence, as in to say she knows who she is and what she owns, and this is her barn. And it's interesting to see because when she walks through the barn, when she cuts through the goats, they move. They move. The reason they move is because if they don't move, she will bash him, and she has got some girth. She's also extremely loving. She's a good leader. She keeps everybody in line. She was bred to Snickers and is due on May 3rd. I know you're gonna come back to me. Hi. Hopefully I got everybody. We'll do basically mom profiles like I did last year. If you go back to the beginning of last year when I started the channel, I think our first videos were baby watch, I think is what I called them. So I did like a little profile on each goat, when they were due, who they were bred to. Plan on doing that again. Just gotta get through winter and get closer to babies. Love baby goats. I guess, did I even show her? I get to talking about her. I love this goat. She's not really showing a bump. We did not do ultrasound on her because she wasn't even far enough along to really see anything, so we didn't do that. So we're gonna do ultrasound on Struzel. Wherever she is, we'll throw Sprinkles back up on the stand again, see if she'll be less crazy. Obviously we'll check Rosie again because who knows, she's even pregnant. And this lovely lady here, we'll get back up there as well. Try to get you on there again and see if you got babies in there. Got babies in there. Oh, you belched right in my face. Oof, that one was nasty. Goats belch right in your face. They just do. So that's it for goats. That's baby bumps. Probably won't won't do another baby bump video. We'll just go right into baby watch and we'll go from there. Probably do blood draws on the sheep, so we'll do that video. We could just do a blood draw on Cookie as well and just send that off. It's like $2.50 and they're right down the road, so I just drive them over there and drop them off. If we don't see anything on Springs, we might just throw her blood draw in there as well. I just don't like doing blood draws. You're going right in the neck to get the blood. You guys can go watch my video from last year, blood draws for biosecurity testing. I don't like doing it, but I will. Other than that, I'll just leave you guys with some goat antics. This goat, I'm pretty sure she cusses people out. She's also a biter. Puddin', do you bite people? Puddin', are you a biter? Are you a biter? Yes, I know you are. All right, guys, peace out, and we will see you next week. She was gonna run away from me and then I got her spot. Does that paralyze you?